My name is Zeina, I'm 14, and actually I'm an ordinary ninth grade student. However, there is one topic that worries me a lot. Did you know that according to the World Health Organization, there are 264 millions of people who suffer from depression? But unfortunately, besides the depression, there are lots of people who experience another dangerous mental disorders, which can destroy the human from the inside through negative emotions, thoughts, and ideas. These disorders include anorexia, schizophrenia. Actually, they are the best known, but there are many another ones. So, for instance, have you heard about radiological syndrome or the illness of Bachelor? Of course not, I've made them up to joke. Fun is fun, but the problem is really serious. Firstly, to sort things out, what is the mental illness? As it said in Wikipedia, mental illness is a behavioral or mental pattern that causes significant distress or impairment of personal functioning. Jean-Martin Charcot said, hysteria is the monkey of all diseases. It means that sometimes psychiatric illnesses could lead to the problems with their health, to disability or to death in the worst cases. As I said before, depression is only the most common one, while many people have very little knowledge about this topic. So, do you know something about egg bomb syndrome? It's when a sick person thinks that his skin is full of different parasites or insects. Or hebephrenic syndrome, which is characterized with the syndromes like causes love and infantility. Often people think that they will never suffer from such kinds of mental disorders because only people who don't have family, money, or who have problems in some life situation can get sick. However, life is life, and we cannot predict what will happen to us in the future. We cannot realize that even the richest, the funniest, the most successful person in the world ever might have a risk to have a mental disorder. I can bet you know who is Joan Rowling. So, but I'm not sure that you have heard that she actually has a clinical depression. Another example is Winona Ryder, an American actress and film producer. But it's not the only thing that makes her unusual. Obviously, she has a kleptomania. For this reason, she was sentenced to 3 years in prison for attempting to shoplift items for the summary cost more than $5,000 from the Saks. The problem of having mental illness is very serious, but it isn't the main thing I want to talk about. Nowadays, from my point of view, people's attitudes toward these problems is not logical, even irrational. Firstly, people romanticize them a lot. There are so many films, cartoons, and series about the teenagers who have some mental problems. After watching these videos, people think something like, wow, she's so beautiful while crying, or if I had the same diagnosis, uh, I would have the same amount of fans as she has. And after these thoughts, people who have different aims will play the role of psychologically unstable person. To get them, mostly they pretend to get more attention. Nowadays, it's not a secret that youth, mostly in social networks, after finishing another series, like maybe certain reasons why, let's say, actively publicize posts about their hard life and make new problems appear. On the other hand, there are people that really need help. Some of them don't know about this, some others don't want other people to worry about them, or they just don't want to be considered being the first type. They might be frightened about it. They don't need extra attention for themselves. Moreover, it's not the secret that discrimination towards mentally ill people is up nowadays. Society doesn't perceive them as a full-fledged people. Their rights are infringed, they cannot get education in their dream colleges. What is clear for all is that we must fight with this. The only way to prevent all these terrible consequences, such as problem with the communication, broken future and pain. We must not to fight with the problem sitting on the sofa. We must understand how important it is. The better society reacts to people with mental disorders, the easier it would be for them to get rid of these illnesses. We need to encourage these people to ask for help from a specialist in the field if it's needed. Don't be afraid of contacting with psychologists because mental health is important for ourselves and people who surround us. Thanks for your attention.